What's going on, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Fishing with Flair. Today I have the March Lunker box unboxing for you. I know it's a little bit late, but just had some other videos that needed to get up. But anyways, we'll get into it. The Lunker boxes don't come with the card that tells the prices, so I can't give you that. But it did come with some nice baits. I'll start off with the Omega Custom Tackle Buzz Bait. This one is in shad chartreuse color, 7/16 alpha. It's kind of nice to have a buzzbait come through the mail. I haven't seen one come in one of the monthly tackle boxes in quite a long time. And you guys know I love throwing buzzbaits. This one is going to be your, I don't know, I guess I don't know what you call it. It's not a clacking style, but the blades, there's two blades on it. You can see they kind of rotate like that. If you guys have ever seen a buzzbait do that, it's kind of hard to see it there like that. Now you can see it. Kind of goes back and forth. It makes kind of a lower pitch clack sound. It's kind of hard to imitate without it being in the water. But it kind of sounds like that. It's not the high pitched click clack that you get from like the Booyah clacking buzzbaits. It's kind of what that's kind of what it sounds like, kind of like a cowbell almost. But it's kind of a unique buzzbait as far as the sound goes. I do own, I think, a couple of them. I don't throw them that often, but the one time I probably will throw them versus like just the standard Black Oriole buzzbait is if there's a lot of guys throwing buzzbaits. This one, like I said, it has a unique sound pitch, something a little different, something the fish haven't seen, and you may end up catching a few more fish that way by throwing something that other guys probably aren't. White chartreuse color is one of probably my second favorite bait color as far as buzzbaits go. It looks like an all-around nice buzzbait. I don't know what the retail costs on it, but it's a nice high-quality bait. Next we have Big Sexy Baits, Superior Crankbaits. That's all I got here. It looks like it might be like a custom hand-painted bait. Square bill. Yeah, it looks like a custom paint job on there. Doesn't look like it's factory made. So you can see that. So it has a really nice, it's kind of a perch fire tiger color. One thing I don't like on these are the hooks, so I'll definitely be changing those out if I decide to throw this bait. Other than that, there's not too much to complain about. Got some nice rattles in it. Very nice paint job. Your standard 1.5 inch square bill design. I like throwing square bills all the time. This color would work really well in dirty water. It's got the nice orange throat on it, and kind of the chartreuse pattern bluegill perch. Yeah, besides the treble hooks, those are kind of crappy. Otherwise, nice overall crankbait. I don't know the price on that either. We have some Lithium soft baits, some topwater rivet style frogs. Comes in a 3-pack. This is it looks like kind of like a small version of the rivet. You just put your extra wide gap hook in it, and the legs kick, and basically run like a buzz bait. It's just a little bit more weedless. I don't throw them very often. You can catch a lot of fish on them. I usually it's just one of those baits that I know they work, but I can find something that will work just as well, or I would rather throw something else that would, in my opinion, think would work just as well. Place I'd probably throw that over a standard frog or buzzbait would be if I'm pre-fishing, or if I'm in a tournament and I have to cover a lot of water and search for fish. It's a really good search bait. If you're throwing over grass, if you're fishing a huge grass mat, you can't throw a buzzbait because it'd get caught up in the weeds, and if you throw a frog, you're just going to take forever to find the fish. As far as tournament fishing goes, I'd probably stick to a regular frog because you can saturate it and really siphon the mat and pick it apart and really catch every fish that's under there. Versus this guy, it's just a lot of you get a lot of strikes, cover a lot of water, and you have a lot of fish. I like to say they expose themselves. So if I'm pre-fishing for a tournament, there's a huge grass mat, I throw that, and as soon as you won't catch a lot of fish with that, and you can make sure you don't catch a lot of fish by cutting off the hook. But you reel it at a steady pace, and fish will blow up behind it because they'll miss it because they don't have enough time. And if you can mentally remember where that fish is, come back tournament day and throw a regular frog in there, or flip a plastic in there and catch that fish. That is a really, really good way to find fish in practice pre-fishing. So that kind of went off on a little tangent there, but that's when I would throw the ribbit style frogs, in case you guys were wondering when you would throw them. Next, National Bass League. This is the Butter It Custom Baits. This is a little craw style bait. It's got the red on it and a little green pumpkin, just your standard finesse craw. You can throw it on a shaky head on the back of a jig. Right now for this time of year, which is, going into April, water temps 55 degrees. This is probably the color that you want to be throwing until it hits about 60. Once it hits about 60, you want to go to a lighter orange. Not quite the dark, like a Gunnersville craw color. If you know the Livingston Lures, that's the color you kind of want to go to. But for right now, that's the color that you want, is the bright lobster red. Right at ice out until it hits about 60, that's the color there. Once it hits 60, they get to a little bit of an orange. And once it hits about 65, 70, they go to more of like a yellowish orange. And then they start to get into their, green pumpkins and black and blues and stuff like that. But that's just what I've kind of learned as far as crawfish colors go. Last are the quick baits. Quick Rascal 6 count. I've had these before. Nice little craw imitation style bait with some thin ribbon tails. You could cut the ribbon tails off and turn it into just a creature style craw bait, or leave it on there and turn it into like a creature bait. You could do a multitude of things. You could cut off the pinchers and make it a little bit slender. You could really cut off all the appendages and basically turn it into a ribbon tail worm. You do a lot of different things. Good bed fishing bait, especially with the color white. You're going to want white when you're bed fishing so you can see it. Comes in a 6 count. I don't know the price of those either, but so decent box here by Lunker Box. Came with some nice stuff, some nice hand painted crankbaits, a nice buzz bait. That's probably my favorite bait out of this box, is the buzz bait. Probably going to be throwing that starting up in mid-May, once the water temp, once after they spawn, I guess I should say. Other than that, nice box overall. I'm fairly impressed. So that's it for today's episode, and thanks for watching.